Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are or whenever you're going to see this. Today, it's the 4th of March. New day, new week, new month. Right, what's going on with Bitcoin? Let's have a look what's going on with Bitcoin. Let's put some music here on the background and let's get starting. Right, here's the music. Right. Not too loud, just enough. Right, cool. So, what is Bitcoin doing, right? So we witnessed all the major dump, right? And then it was going all the way up. We said in the CIA that we need to pay attention when we're going to shift structure, right? We needed to break the structure. It got broken, the structure. We found some support. And then Sunday, what happened on Sunday? It got pushed all the way up, right? It went very close to 95.8, but it got rejected big time, okay? It never managed to hold 94.087, never mind the 95.8, okay? Since then, it's dropping, and it came back almost where it started from, okay? So remember what we usually say. If something goes up very fast, okay, very quickly, the same way it does the other way around, okay? The faster it goes up, the faster it comes down. So that, I don't think that was sustainable, right? And it's always like 9 out of 10, this is what happens, you know? It usually comes down, okay? Now, what next, okay? What next? Before we're gonna talk about what next, let's have a look on the CME, okay? This is what I have on the CME. Right, we have a gap. We're all been, waiting for this gap to be filled. Okay, here's a gap between 81,210 and 77,360. Okay, I take the bodies. Okay, not the wicks. There's nothing wrong to do with the wicks. Okay, here's a wick 77,930. Okay, however, a lot of people say to me, "Oh, is it the CME gap is filled by 50%? Then it's done." I don't think so. Okay, I don't think so. As for the CME, it's not the same thing how we see, in the chart for the fair value gaps or the imbalances, right? The CME is something different. If we're gonna investigate and see what's going on with previous CME gaps, is that always the price is gonna fill with 100% of the gap. Okay, and not only 100%, or sometimes it goes beyond that. Okay, a lot of people think it's going to touch the CME gap and then continue to turn around. That's not the case. Okay, every time that we have a CME gap, it always fills it with 100%. Okay, like this one here, it just went beyond and then filled it 100%. Okay, and the same thing happens when you go back in the past and have a look what happened with the CME gaps. Right, the CME gap, it got filled. Okay, it wasn't filled 100%. You see, now it got filled 100%, and that was unfinished business. It got filled later. So a week, it is not kind of enough for the CME gap to be filled to consider that is over, done and over. Right, any gaps that you see, it takes it with completely with the bodies, not with the wicks. Right, 100%. This time, it's not even covered at 100%. Okay, it just touched a little bit beyond 50%, and then it turned around. So to me, this is not finished yet. Okay, I may be wrong. I'm only judging by the facts that I have from past history. Okay, like this one here as well. Look at that gap. It got filled. So according to the historical data that we have on Bitcoin, on the CME gaps, I expect to be filled fully 100% with bodies. Right, so that gap is done, it's cleared, so we can't remove it, right, and then carry on and see what's going to happen down here. Okay, so we have a big buy pressure. You can see the size of the wicks is pushing up. We'll see what's going to happen in the next few days. Okay, to me, this one is still ongoing, still unfinished. To me, maybe I'll be wrong, but as I say, this is not a prediction. This is like, what I've seen in the past. Okay, so let's go back to Bitcoin and see, what levels do we need to pay attention. Okay, So this is the 90 minutes, so we can see the full body action. So technically, you know, we're still in a downtrend. Okay, it was trying to reverse. Okay, it gave you a high, not a problem, but it failed to give you a high low. Okay, and not it's not even that. You know, it gave you a lower low. Okay, so it's like moment going on here. So what next? Still in a downtrend. Okay, we're still losing levels, we're losing support. Okay, and this is the deal right now. This is where we are now, 84,051. What is going to happen next? So as for today, we need to see, you know, how it's going to react. Are we going to try to bounce up from here, or is it going to come down lower to fill the CME gap? Okay, which is lays all the way down here. Okay, let's have a look. What are the numbers for the CME? 77.36, or at least 77.930. Okay, so 17. Let's pretend. Let's mark out the 77.930. Okay, so let's put a mark, and I'm gonna put someone there, and I'm gonna make it red. Right, and I'm gonna make it a bit stronger, and it is 77,930. Okay, so that's the number. I'm gonna lock it, and let's see if we're gonna reach that area. Okay, 77,930. That's exactly the same number that we have here with a week of the CME. So at least if I want to see if it's going to get filled, then I need to breach that line. Okay, so for us to remember, I can even call it, you know, a CME. Let's say CME target. Okay, there it is, CME target, nice and red. Okay, so I would like to see, you know, if Bitcoin this week is going to go all the way down to target that CME. So far, we're in downtrend. We need to see what's going to happen with 84,051. Okay, and then we take it level by level. That's it. Now, let's go to a higher time frame. Let's go to the weekly. Okay. Now, this is weekly Bitcoin. I mean, look at the gap. This is one. That's another thing that it doesn't really happen. So let me hide this a little bit. Look at that. We never had, as far as I know, we never had on a Bitcoin index, right, on a weekly, a gap that size. We never had. We always had where you have a closing, the next candle will open on the same area. So look at the gap that we have. Okay, this is first of a kind. It's the first of a kind. I've never seen this before on a normal. This is not a CME index. This is a normal index. Okay, this is not a CME. We have a huge gap from the bodies. Okay, this is really it's very rare. Doesn't really happen. Okay. So anyway, the price did jump all the way up. So kind of feel the price. So if you see the the imbalance, you see that the closing it got touched with a wick and then it got pushed all the way down. Okay, so that was a major imbalance. So still in the downtrend, we need to see what's going to happen. But let's bring the agents. Let's bring the agents and see what do we have. Okay, on the weekly. Now RSI is still dropping. Okay, the negative ASO still rising. Okay, let me close that a little bit for you to see it. So negative ASO is like the bearish ASO line is increasing. Okay, RSI is dropping. Stochastic RSI now is flat bottom. Both of them are down on zero. Okay, look at the fast line 0.23. The slow line 0.23 is flat. Okay, now because it's down in flat, a lot of people will mistaken this as a signal that is oversold, and now is a good time for us to buy. You know me, I do not share this opinion. Okay, for me to see that we're turning around, I need to see a cross-up event happening. I need to see the fast line crossing above the slow. Okay, please be careful with that one. Okay, because the RSI can be flat zero and the price action may continue to go to the downside. Okay, now as for the delta volume, there is some buying volume. That is because of the wick that you have here, like that maybe big wick. Okay, so the price, the negative delta went all the way down and then it got pushed up, but finally, they did not manage to bring a positive number. So they still, the selling pressure was higher than the buying pressure. Okay, this is how I read the delta volume, and still, the candle next to it is still, pushing down. Okay, now let's go to the monthly. Let's go back to the monthly and see what's going on. Monthly, we did say that we're experiencing a bearish divergence, all right, and that is still in play. Okay, there it is. Let me bring this higher. So this is the bearish divergence. We have a low high on the indicator, and at the same time, our price on the same areas, the price was giving us a high. Okay, this is not the first time we speak about this. We've said it weeks and weeks back in time. Okay, so we're still experiencing the bearish divergence. The stochastic RSI is still crossing down. Okay, still pushing down. Right, RSI had a major downslope. Okay, and now it's trying to flatten up, and let's see if it's going to turn around. Okay, this is on the monthly. Now, also this is a monthly time frame. So now we see the confirmation of the cross that happened in February. Okay, so if I put a vertical line, okay, this is the end of February. Okay, and the previous line is going to be the end of January. So that was January and this is February. So now February closed and now we're witnessing March. So this is March. So the third line is March. These points will never change. Okay, this area will never change. That, however, can change. Okay, we don't know how far the lines are going to be. We need to wait until March is going to close. Okay, because this is a monthly time frame. So this levels here, if I put a dot there, these levels here, right, are fixed. It will never change. Okay, from this point onwards, it may change. You may see a line forming like this. Okay, the lines can't change at any time later this month. Okay, but these two dots are fixed. So this cross, right, this down cross or crossing down is being confirmed. Okay, on a monthly basis. Right, so stochastic RSI is looking lower. RSI is trying to see what's going to happen. You had two strong, let's say, negative deltas bars here. That was January and that is February. Okay, so you have 2 months constantly in the negative. Now this candle, well, this bar is not a candle. This bar on March, which is still ongoing, okay, it's very fresh. It's only the 4th today, so we've got another 27 days to go. So we need to see in the next 27 days what kind of bar we're going to get. Are we going to get higher? It's going to stay positive, or it's going to turn around negative. Okay, still a long time for us to wait and see. Okay, so go back to the weekly or go back to the 12 hours. What do we have? Okay, on the 12 hours. On the 12 hours, you had this low, which is the CME. It got pushed all the way up. Okay, and now it's pushing to the downside. Now, as for the 12 hours, if you want to be, be bullish, and I don't see a reason why not to be bullish. Is this the over? I don't think it's yet. The bear market's not here yet. That's my personal opinion. I may be wrong, but I don't believe, technically and time-wise, I don't think we're over. It's a very strong market shakeout, yes. They took out liquidity, yes. Big events happening around the world, yes. Also, the ETFs is a big issue, yes. So a lot of things going on. Okay, so technically I don't believe that it's over. It's a big major shakeout. A lot of people went long here. At the same time, a lot of people went shorts here as well. That's why you see the price dropping, okay? But you had a gap as well down here. So there's a lot of things going on at the same time. You just cannot predict which one is going to take a turn, okay? So also at the very same time when Bitcoin was dropping, you had very strong selling action going on. A lot of people shorting here with very weak leverage. So the market, they used the excuse of President of the United States saying that it's going to back up with, crypto reserves and stuff like that. So it got pushed up with the news. It was Sunday. I don't really usually believe or trust, so to say, Sunday's pumps. Okay, so you see what happened next day, Monday. It got all the way pushed all the way down. Okay, it created a big major imbalance. It got filled. It came down, and now only 12 hours. What we would like to see, okay, if we want to be bullish, I say, okay, I see this low, I see this high. Now, will I get a higher low on the 12 hours? Okay. On the 19-minute, it's a little bit different story. Okay. The story is that we could not hold support. Okay, on the lower time frame. That was the structure that we need to stay above. That was the last high before it turned around. Okay, so we found a resistance, and that was the question that we spoke in the CIA inside the Discord. I said, guys, you need to watch out for the structure. If it breaks and claims that structure, then it's good to go. Okay, looking for something higher. It went very massively. I did not expect that. Okay, even that I said, if you see supporting, breaking the structure and turning around and then go for longs, that's what Sunday gave you, right? It got rejected. It couldn't go closer to 95.8, and then it turned around badly, and we lost that support. That's the problem now. We lost that structure once again. Okay, so now we're going to bounce between these two lines and see what's going to happen next. Okay, so your target, your attention has to be paid, here, to see if we can hold that level. And what that level, that is going to be 84,900. Okay, so we need to see what are we going to do with this. Are we going to treat this as resistance? Are we going to break it? Maybe we're going to see, if we're going to reclaim this structure, okay, maybe we're going to witness a low and a high low. Okay, and maybe we're going to continue attack another time, for the second time, the 95.8, and then maybe it's going to get rejected and then come and form a high low, possibly in another area. Okay, this is a graphical representation. I'm not telling you that it's going to bounce exactly on the 89. Okay, perhaps, but we go level by level, right? Okay, guys, we know this. So this is the last low that we know. Okay, it looks like it's going to be a strong one. We don't know. We need to give some time and see. We are currently in a downtrend. The question is, are we going to form a high low here? I'm not trying to guess. I never guess a reversals. I never guess a bounce. Okay, all I say is I go level by level. Prove to me that you can act this area as a support and break structure again, once again reclaim, and then I'll be bullish. I'll go towards the upside. If not, if you're going to get rejected again, okay, and you come down, and then I need to see what are you going to lose that support. If you're going to lose that support, then I'm going to short and go all the way down to the CME target. Okay, so that's going to be my this week approach and target. Okay, if you go above this yellow line, then I may think that you want to go for this imbalance and try to target the 89.69. And if you're going to be strong enough, right, you clear this imbalance, which is a bearish imbalance, right, then maybe you have some more fuel to carry on and target these liquidity zones, okay, which technically you're going to target 98.58, and then we're going to see if you're going to get rejected. If you're going to get rejected, okay, then you're going to target 89.069, okay. Otherwise, lose this we're going to target the CME gap and possibly, right, we're going to break this lows and come down to 75,688. Okay, and then maybe we're going to find a new support somewhere here, and then maybe it's going to turn around. Okay, very uncertain right now, but as I say, go level by level, use a 90-minute time frame. You can go even lower, it's fine by you. Whatever makes comfortable, what is comfortable for you, you can use any time frame. Okay, so please be careful. Okay, don't jump into conclusions. Do not panic. Go level by level, and the conditions. You get a proof that it found the support, then you can move higher. Before I go, let me have a look on ETH. Right, so let me bring ETH here. Let's have a look on ETH on a higher time frame. Let's have a look. ETH is still dropping. Okay, there it is. ETH is still dropping. Right, let me go. This is a 12 hours. It's still dropping. Still has some more room to go down. Okay, so still in downtrend. Do not jump on any conclusions. Let's have a look in Solana. What Solana is doing. Okay, Solana will pay attention in this big range. Okay, it wanted to break the range. There it is. Okay, it broke structure. The blue line is the structure. We broke the structure. Okay, that was the lowest low that we were watching back then. Okay, and then it pushed all the way up. It got rejected. It gave you a lower low. Okay, and after that it turned around. It broke structure. Here it is, the 50% of the range. It's the structures that you need to break. When you have a low, okay, a new low, you need to target the previous highs. So that's the previous high. Okay, that's a major drop. So that was the previous high. It got broken and it flipped it. Okay, that was resistance. Now that was the support. And after that, what happened? Push to the upside. Unfortunately, same fate with Bitcoin. It went too fast on the way up. Okay, and the same way it came down. So far, Solana is still, in a lower. Well, it's a downtrend. Okay, so this is your low. Okay, let me zoom out a little bit. This is 134. Okay, so you need to see what is going to happen now with 134. Are we going to, target 134? Is it going to be strong enough to hold it? Okay, is this going to be, if I can get my marker, if this is going to be a strong low, are we going to get defended and then push up, and then we need to target 140? Okay, that blue line is 140. So either we're going to get rejected, 140 come down. Maybe we're going to find support and then maybe we're going to break it. Maybe, possibly. Okay, or either we're going to break 140, support it, and then push to the upside. These are the scenarios. Okay. Otherwise, if it's not going to be strong, you're going to break 134 and try to target liquidity here on the left. Okay. So I'm going to keep it nice and short today, the market update. I don't want to keep it too long. Okay, we've seen the Bitcoin. Before I go, let's bring the cash flow, right, to give you a little bit, an idea of what's going on. This is a 90-minute. I can go a little bit higher, like 3 hours. Okay, so what do we have? Okay, T1 is dropping, T3 is dropping. Okay, Bitcoin is dropping. The Tether dominance is rising again, once again, and Dixie is kind of static. Right, it dropped very hard on Monday, and also at the same time Bitcoin dropped. Okay, Sundays you don't have price action in Sundays because Dixie works only Monday to Friday, so we have no Sunday here, and we have a drop on Monday, and today, now it's Tuesday, it's been stuck on 106. Okay, so it's going sideways. We need to see what's going to happen today later. Okay, so everything looks legit. Okay, nothing spooky here. The only thing that we didn't expect is, there's a manipulation is when Bitcoin and Dixie have the same direction. Okay, this is kind of manipulation. When Dixie gets weaker, Bitcoin gets stronger. But what we witnessed that it got pushed all the way down. Why? Because we knew that major pump that we had on Sunday it could not be supported, it could not be sustained. Okay, So that's it for today from me, guys. Please be safe, right? Don't jump to conclusions. Go level by level, and you're gonna do just fine. Okay, don't be discouraged by the direction. You know how we do this. We find the direction and we follow the direction. Simple as that. Every day, we don't care if it's going to be bullish. We don't care if it's going to be bearish. We just need to identify the direction. We go level by level. We trade every day. Okay. We have no fear. Okay. We have no fear. No fear. We fear nothing. Okay. And everything's going to get better. I promise you. Okay. Have a nice one. I'll see you soon. Take care.